So we're standing here in the middle of the pool shell. This is a renovation project where we took a fairly old gunite pool and we are renovating it. We added a sun shelf, made it a little bit bigger, adding a pretty sizable waterfall, and that's what's behind me. We're using a natural Chilton Stone. It's not dimensionally cut, but it's a fairly consistent 8 to 10 inch thick stone. And in the process of doing that, it's the thinking about how the stone is going to lay out. Because you can just order a bunch of stone and play with it, and that's probably the best way to get started. But ultimately, the more you do this, the more you see the pieces coming together and for the pieces to make sense. So in this particular case, the waterfall is probably in our length on the wall there, we probably have 40 or 50 feet. So instead of just making it all water, it kind of came up with the idea that a better plan would be to do it in sections. So we'll have a tall waterfall on this side, several stones high, so it's one vertical drop. The middle section, we'll do like a landscaping bed, something that we could put a piece of art and maybe some soft bushes or something to break up all of the stone. And then the waterfall that falls onto the sun shelf will stagger itself back. So ultimately it'll be the same height, it's just that we'll have water here, no water in the middle, water there. That way visually, we have something visually interesting looking from the house. You see the waterfall, and when you're sitting in all of the areas where there's patio, you see this part of the waterfall, and yet it's not all stone. It's softened with some greenery in the middle and an architectural piece of some type, a piece of art, or got a couple different ideas of what is going to go in there. But what we're doing now is we're setting the layers of stone. And again, this is something you have to plan some time for, because it's not like adding small pieces. These are substantial pieces you're setting into place, and the last thing you want to do is set that first row and then just start piling stone on top of it, because it's going to move. So you literally have to do one layer at a time, let that set up before you do the next layer. So when doing a waterfall like this, it's going to take some time. And that's part of what a lot of guys in our industry are not interested in, is things that take time. They want to do it fast, they want to make a quick turnover. This is not something to do quick. This is something that you have to plan for, therefore you have to budget for, that it just takes time to do. So it'd be nice to just put it together in a day or two, but realistically for it to turn out right, it's going to take all of those days to set those layers, and then the ultimate product is much, much better.